Hey everyone, and welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving deep into Oracle CPQ reports.
Ooh, exciting.
We'll be working with excerpts from Report Management 2.pdf.
Okay.
And by the end of this deep dive, you'll know exactly how to use these reports to pull some really valuable insights from your Oracle CPQ data.
Sounds good.
So to get started, can you just give us a quick overview of what these reports are and what kind of information we can get from them?
Sure. So you know how Oracle CPQ helps you manage sales transactions?
Right.
Well, reports are like the key to unlocking all the hidden stories inside all that data.
Okay.
It's like imagine being able to see patterns, trends, opportunities you might have missed otherwise.
So it's more than just like basic sales numbers then?
Oh, yeah, much more.
What kind of insights are we talking about here? Give me an example.
Well, think about it this way. You could analyze sales performance by region, by product, or even by individual sales rep.
Hmm.
You could see what parts of your sales process are slowing things down, or like how long it takes to get quotes approved. You can even see which pricing strategies are working best.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot more than I initially thought.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do with it.
So these reports sound pretty powerful, but how do they actually work?
I mean, are they just spitting out numbers, or is there more to it?
It is much more than just numbers.
Okay.
Think of it like creating custom views of your sales data.
Okay.
You can filter the information, choose which fields to display, and even do calculations right there in the report.
So it's like building your own custom dashboards then,
Yeah.
tailored to your own needs.
Exactly, and that's where the report manager comes in.
Okay.
It's your one-stop shop for everything reports in Oracle CPQ.
So the report manager is where you go to create, edit, delete, run share schedule, organize all those good things.
All of that, yeah,
Sounds pretty straightforward.
it is.
But are there any like admin things that need to be set up before we jump in and start building reports?
Yeah, actually, there are a couple of things admins need to take care of first.
It's all about making sure that the right people have access to the right data.
Makes sense.
So first, they need to make sure that the report access links are showing up in the navigation menu.
Okay, so just making it easy for people to find.
Right. And then the second thing is setting up what are called data columns.
Data columns.
Yeah, might sound a little technical,
Yeah, a little bit.
but it's actually pretty simple.
Instead of just telling me it's simple, walk me through it.
Okay, so data columns are basically the bridge between the raw data in Oracle CPQ and the reports you create.
Okay.
Think of it like this. You've got all this data stored in your CPQ system, right?
Right. Customer names, product details, prices, all that.
Exactly. But you don't necessarily want to see all of that in every single report.
No, that would be overwhelming.
Yeah, exactly. So data columns let you choose exactly which fields of data you want to be available for reporting.
Okay, so it's like picking and choosing the ingredients you want to use in a recipe.
Exactly. A great analogy.
So admins are basically creating a menu of data points that report builders can then choose from.
That's a great way to put it.
I like that. Okay, so once those data columns are set up,
Yeah.
then we can actually start building reports.
Exactly.
Okay, let's do it. Walk me through the process. Where do we even begin?
All right, so the first step is to define your filters.
Filters. Yep.
This is where you narrow down the data to just what you're interested in.
So if I only wanted to look at quotes from a certain sales rep, I could filter for that.
Exactly. You can filter by all sorts of things, date ranges, product lines, customer types, quote, statuses.
Okay.
It's very flexible.
That's helpful. So once we've filtered the data, what's next?
Then you choose your display column.
Display columns.
Remember those data columns the admin set up?
Yeah.
This is where you put those to work. You select which specific pieces of information you actually want to see in the report.
Okay, so if I was interested in like analyzing sales performance by region, I'd select the columns for sales rep region and total revenue.
You're basically building a custom view of your data, one column at a time.
Okay, this is starting to make a lot of sense. What happens after we choose the display columns?
Now here's where things get really interesting. You can group your results.
Grouping.
Yes, grouping lets you organize your data in a way that makes it easier to analyze patterns and trends.
So instead of just seeing like a long list of individual sales, I could group them by region and see the total revenue for each region.
Exactly. Or you could group by product line and see which products are bringing in the most revenue.
Yep.
Or you could group by sales rep and see who's closing the most deals.
Wow, the possibilities are kind of endless.
They are. It's like taking this massive spreadsheet and making it into something meaningful and insightful.
I like that. Okay, so we've got filters to narrow down the data display columns to choose what we see, and grouping to organize the results.
Yep.
You mentioned calculations earlier. What's that all about?
Yes. That's where calculated columns come in, and they are a game changer.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So imagine being able to do calculations right there in your report without having to export to a spreadsheet or anything.
That would be nice.
Right, so let's say you wanted to calculate the profit margin on each sale.
Okay.
You could create a calculated column that subtracts the cost of goods sold from the revenue.
Okay.
Or maybe you want to track the average deal size for each sales rep.
Right.
A calculated column can do that for you too.
Hold on. I need to process this for a second. I'm starting to see how calculated columns can unlock a whole new level of analysis.
Yes.
Instead of just seeing raw numbers, we can get real insights into our sales performance. This is getting exciting.
It is exciting, and we've only just scratched the surface of what you can do with calculated columns.
Okay, so we'll dive deeper into those in the next part of our deep dive.
We will.
I can't wait. But before we move on, let's talk about making those reports visually appealing. What about charts?
Charts.
Can we add those to our reports?
Absolutely. Charts are a fantastic way to bring your data to life. Instead of staring at rows and columns of numbers, you can see trends and patterns just by looking.
Right. It's so much easier to understand.
Exactly. And Oracle CPQ supports several different types of charts, but let's just focus on two of the most interesting ones, pie charts and gauge charts.
Ooh, pie charts and gauge charts. Those sound fun. Tell me more.
So a pie chart is perfect for showing proportions.
Okay.
Imagine a pie chart showing the percentage of total sales revenue by product line. Each slice of the pie represents a product line, and the size of the slice shows how much revenue that product line generated.
So you could instantly see which product lines are the top performers and which ones might need a little more attention.
Exactly. And then gauge charts are really good for tracking progress towards a target.
Okay.
Think of it like a speedometer.
Right.
You set a target, like your monthly sales quota,
Yeah.
and the gauge shows you how close you are to hitting that target.
All right.
You can even use colors on the gauge to highlight different performance levels, green for on-target, yellow for getting close, and red for needs improvement.
Okay, now I'm really seeing how powerful these reports can be. It's
Yeah.
not just about crunching numbers. It's about visualizing your data and telling a story.
Exactly. Data visualization is key.
So we've covered a lot here. We've learned how to create reports, filter data, choose display columns, group results, add calculated columns, and even spice things up with charts.
We have.
But before we get too carried away, are there any limitations to these reports that we should be aware of?
It's always good to be aware of limitations. One thing to keep in mind is that you can only display up to 2,000 records on the user interface.
Okay.
So if your report has more than that, you'll need to download the results to see everything.
Okay, good to know. So it's like a reminder that sometimes you need to dig a little deeper to get the full picture. Are there any other limitations?
There's also a setting that controls how many results show up per page.
Okay.
So if your report has a lot of data, it might be spread across multiple pages. But don't worry, this is just for the display on the screen. When you download the full report, it won't be paginated.
Got it. So I can still access all the data even if it's not all visible on one page.
Right.
What about grouping? Are there any limitations on how I can group my data?
Nope. No limits on grouping. You can group your data however you want to analyze it from all angles.
Fantastic. So even though there are a few technical limits, they don't seem to restrict the analysis we can do.
Exactly. Oracle CPQ reports are designed to be powerful and flexible.
Okay.
They give you the tools you need to gain valuable insights from your sales data.
This has been an incredible deep dive. So far, we've covered the fundamentals of creating and customizing reports in Oracle CPQ.
It has.
Now let's take a quick break and we'll come back for part 2, where we'll explore even more advanced techniques and unlock the full potential of Oracle CPQ reports.
Y'all good?
Stay tuned. Welcome back to the deep dive. I'm excited to learn more about these more advanced techniques.
All right, let's jump right back in.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we left off talking about calculated columns.
Right.
And how they let you do calculations right in your reports.
Yeah, like figuring out profit margins or average deal sizes.
Exactly. And our source material, Report Management 2.pdf, it actually gives some really cool use cases for calculated columns.
Use cases, I love those. They make things so much more clear.
Yeah, so for example, imagine you want to analyze how revenue has changed from one quarter to the next.
Okay.
A calculated column can show you that, like, not just the raw numbers, but the actual increase or decrease.
So I could see if my revenue is trending up or down. That's super important.
Exactly. And you can tailor the calculation to your needs. Another example from the source is the average time between approvals.
Yeah.
That could be really helpful for finding bottlenecks.
Bottlenecks. So like if quotes are getting stuck somewhere in the approval process.
Exactly. Imagine a calculated column that shows you the number of days it takes for quotes to move from one approval step to the next.
Okay.
You could quickly see any stages that are causing delays and then fix them.
Yeah, that could save a lot of time and help close deals faster. I'm seeing how these reports can really drive action.
Absolutely. It's about using data to make good decisions.
Okay, so calculated columns, very cool. What
Yeah.
else you got?
Let's talk more about charts. We touched on them before, but I think it's worth spending more time on how they can make your reports even better.
Charts. I love charts. They make data so much easier to understand.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's one thing to see numbers, but it's totally different to see them in a chart.
For sure.
So remember those pie charts we talked about?
Yeah.
They're perfect for showing proportions and understanding how different things contribute to the total.
Like how much each sales region contributes to the overall revenue.
Precisely one glance at a pie chart, and you can tell which regions are doing well and which ones need some help.
And then there are gauge charts for tracking progress.
Yeah, gauge charts are great for seeing your performance against your targets.
Like a visual dashboard that shows you if you're on track.
Exactly. Imagine a gauge chart for your monthly sales quota.
All right.
You can even use colors to represent different performance levels, like green for on target, yellow for approaching target, and red for needs improvement.
Okay, so this is more than just reporting. Now we're talking about data storytelling.
You got it. Data visualization is super powerful.
So we've covered a lot here, calculated columns, charts. But what about sharing these reports?
Sharing is important. What good is a report if you can't share it?
Exactly.
So luckily, Oracle CPQ gives you a few options. You can share them directly with other users.
So if I make a report that my manager would like, I can just give them access.
Exactly. And you can control who has access to which reports, so you don't have to worry about sensitive data.
Okay, that makes sense. What if I want to share a report with someone who doesn't have access to Oracle CPQ?
You can download your reports as Excel files.
Oh, okay, so I could just email them the report.
Yep, or include it in a presentation.
Perfect. And then there's also the option to schedule reports to run automatically.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one.
So I don't have to manually run and send reports every time.
Right. Let's say you need to send a weekly sales performance report every Monday.
But
You can schedule it to run on Sunday night, and it'll be in everyone's inbox Monday morning.
huge time saver.
It is, and it makes sure everyone has the latest data.
Okay, so we've talked about the main features of Oracle CPQ reporting, but are there any hidden gems or advanced techniques that we haven't covered yet?
There are always more tricks to learn. One thing that often gets overlooked is running reports with blank criteria.
Blank criteria. So wouldn't that just give you everything?
It would, but sometimes that's what you want. Like, let's say you want to see all the quotes from the last quarter, no matter what their status is.
Okay.
Instead of filtering by a specific status, you just leave the status filter blank.
So you're getting a broader view of the data.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
good for exploring and getting a bigger picture.
Okay, blank criteria. Got it. Any other tips?
Make sure you're using folders in the report manager.
Folders like I use on my computer.
Yeah, exactly. Think of them as a way to organize your reports.
Okay, so I could have folders for different departments, different time periods, or different types of reports?
Exactly. It's like a filing system for your reports, and you
Ah.
can share folders with other users too.
Cool folders. Check. What about some more advanced tips? Anything with calculated columns or charts?
Here's a cool trick with charts. You can export them as images. So you can easily add them to presentations or reports without having to remake them.
Okay, handy. What about calculated columns?
One thing that can really step up your calculated column game is using logical functions.
Logical function.
Yeah, they let you build conditional logic into your calculations.
Conditional logic sounds a bit complicated.
It's like if-then statements in programming.
Okay, can you give me an example?
Sure. Let's say you want to calculate a commission rate that's different depending on how big the deal is.
Okay.
You could use a logical function to say if the deal size is over $100,000, then apply a 10% commission rate, otherwise use 5%.
So you can set up different rules for different scenarios.
Exactly. It makes your calculations way more dynamic.
That's pretty cool. We've covered so much in this deep dive. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed.
It's a lot of info,
Yeah.
but the key is to just practice and explore. Don't be afraid to try new things with the reports and the charts and the calculated columns.
Okay, good advice. We have one more part in this deep dive. Are you ready to wrap things up?
I am. Let's go to part 3 and see what else we can find out.
We're back for the final part of our deep dive into Oracle CPQ reports. I feel like we've already learned so much.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground, but there's always more to explore.
So for this last part, let's focus on how to make sure our reports actually have an impact.
Okay, so it's not just about creating reports. It's about making sure they lead to action. You want your insights to drive real change within your organization.
So how do we do that? What are your top tips for making sure these reports make a difference?
One of the most important things is to think about your audience. Who's going to be reading this report? And what information do they need?
Right. So Like a report for a sales manager might look different than a report for a sales rep.
Exactly. A sales manager might be more interested in the big picture trends and how the whole team's performing, while a sales rep might need more detailed data about their own deals and their own pipeline.
Makes sense. It's like tailoring a presentation. You wouldn't present the same information to a group of investors as you would to your team.
Right. Think about the key performance indicators or KPIs that matter most to each audience.
KPIs, those are the metrics that really matter, like conversion rates or average deal size.
Exactly. And make sure those KPIs are front and center in your reports.
Okay, tailor the report to the audience, highlight the KPIs.
Yeah.
What else?
Keep it clear and concise. Nobody wants to read a report that's super long and complicated.
Right, no jargon.
Exactly. Use clear language headings, bullet points,
Ah.
anything that makes the information easier to understand.
So we're going for visually appealing, easy to understand, maybe even a little bit fun to read.
That's the goal. Data doesn't have to be boring when you present it in an engaging way people will actually pay attention.
Data storytelling. I like it.
Yes.
Okay, so tailor to the audience, clear language, focus on the key metrics.
Yep.
Any other tips?
Tell a story. Don't just present the data. Use your report to explain what's happening, what the trends are, and what it all means.
So it's about interpreting the data and giving insights.
Exactly. Turn your data into a story that people can understand.
Okay.
Use visuals, anecdotes, real-world examples to make it come alive.
Now I'm seeing how a good report can be really persuasive. It's like making a case, but with evidence to back it up.
Exactly. Data analysis, storytelling, when you combine them, you have a powerful tool for creating change.
Okay, so before we wrap up this deep dive, any final thoughts?
Never stop learning. The world of Oracle CPQ reporting is always changing new features, new best practices. There's always something new to discover.
So stay curious. Keep experimenting.
Exactly. Attend webinars, read the documentation, talk to other CPQ users. Don't be afraid to try new things.
That's great advice. This has been an incredible deep dive. I feel like I've leveled up my CPQ reporting skills.
That's what we like to hear.
Thanks for guiding us through this whole process.
It was my pleasure.
I can't wait to put all this knowledge into practice.
Happy reporting.
That's a wrap for this episode of The Deep Dive. We hope you enjoyed this exploration of Oracle CPQ reports. Until next time, keep on diving.